What if I told you that 90% of homeowners are about to make a flooring mistake that will cost them over $10,000 in the next 3 years? And what if the flooring advice that's supposed to save you money is actually the exact thing that's going to cost you the most? Coming up in this video, here are 2 things we're going to learn. First, I'm going to show you which flooring advice is actually worth following versus the advice that's guaranteed to cost you thousands. And at the end, I'll even rank the flooring materials themselves so you know which ones are actually worth your investment versus the one that are money pits. Alright, so here's what I started noticing this year. Every single flooring failure I walked into had the exact same 2 things in common. And once I saw the pattern, I couldn't unsee it. It was like putting together pieces of a puzzle that I didn't even know I was working on. The first thing was always cheap LVP flooring. The second thing was always the same as well. No subfloor preparation was done at all. Let me tell you about a client who learned this the hard way. She bought new floors from a company thinking she was going to get a good quality LVP that would last them a lifetime, just like the salesman told them. 1 year later, their floor was separating and failing, and the flooring company ghosted them completely. She had to pay twice, once for the failed installation and again to do it right. So this got me thinking about how to rank all flooring advice. Because here's the thing, not all flooring advice is created equal. Some advice will save you thousands, other flooring advice will cost you everything. That's why I'm creating the ultimate flooring advice tier list today. Let's start with advice everyone is giving out. Always go with the cheapest option to save money. This is gonna be F tier. Because cheap flooring isn't cheap when you have to replace it twice or even multiple times, while a more expensive option would have still been around. This mentality has cost more homeowners more money than any other piece of advice I've seen. Here's the next one. Hire professional experienced specialists, not just any handyman. This is actually A-tier advice. A flooring installation is a skill that takes years to master. The right installer can make average materials look amazing, while the wrong installer can ruin even the best flooring. Next, always get proper subfloor preparation before your installation. This goes straight to S tier. Every single manufacturer requires that your subfloor be flat within 1/8 of an inch over 6 feet. This is the foundation of any successful flooring project, and skipping it guarantees failure. Alright, let's move on to the next one. You can install new flooring over your existing floor. This one goes in D tier. While this might be technically possible in some cases, we always recommend removing the old floor first. That way we can detect any issues with the subfloor and fix them before they even become expensive problems. The next piece of advice is always use moisture barriers over concrete. This is A tier advice. A lot of people don't realize how important it is. Over concrete especially, this is a requirement for every project. For other subfloors, like a wood subfloor is not always necessary, but whenever we're doing a concrete slab, always want to make sure you put a moisture barrier. The next piece of advice is subfloor prep is just an upsell, skip it. This is F tier advice and is the biggest lie in the flooring industry. I've seen this mistake cost homeowners thousands and tens of thousands of dollars when they had to rip up everything and start all over. On to the next one. Invest in quality materials over cheap alternatives. This gets A tier. Quality materials cost more upfront, but you end up saving so much more in the long run. I've seen too many people learn this lesson the hard way. Next piece of advice is all LVP is basically the same quality. This is D tier advice, and it's horrible advice I hear people give out all the time. I've shown you the difference between cheap LVP and quality LVP in other videos. The cheap stuff breaks like butter with your bare hands. The good LVP, on the other hand, not so easy to break. The other red flags that signal you're about to make a $10,000 mistake are clear once you know what to look for. Companies that skip subfloor preparation completely. If they don't even look at what's underneath your existing floor, you need to be careful. Salespeople who say moisture barriers are optional or that expansion gaps don't matter. Quotes that seem too good to be true. There's always a reason why one quote is thousands less than the others, and it's never a good reason. Now let's rank the actual flooring materials themselves because even with good advice, picking the wrong material can still cost you big time. Okay, first up is engineered hardwood. I'm putting this in A tier. This is an amazing hardwood floor with long-lasting performance. It's real wood on top, so you get that authentic look and feel, and you can even refinish it years down the road. The price is higher than laminate, but the performance and resale value back it up. Next up is cheap LVP without proper installation. This one goes straight to F tier. This is where most homeowners end up because they follow bad flooring advice. They think they're saving money, but they're actually setting up themselves for a complete failure within a couple years. Next up on the list is Hardwood laminate flooring. This goes straight into S tier. This is my #1 recommendation because it's a high quality product that gives you the look of hardwood with waterproof protection and amazing durability. It's ideal for most families, especially if you have kids or pets. The performance you get for the price makes it an unbeatable product. Next up is quality LVP flooring. This gets placed into C tier. Now notice how I said quality LVP. This is my last option because most LVP floors are very low quality. However, a high quality LVP flooring is still a great option if you know what to look for and what you're willing to pay for the thick, durable versions. The problem is most people don't know the difference. And the last product on the list is solid hardwood, which goes into A tier. This is a classic floor that's been around for centuries, and there's something to be said for that track record. But it's situational. If you don't have moisture concerns and you want the traditional hardwood experience, it's great. But it's not the best choice for everyone, especially families with active lifestyles. The pattern is pretty clear. Every expensive flooring failure I've seen in the past year comes down to the same things. Homeowners follow bad flooring advice, pick cheap materials, and hire inexperienced installers. Then, they pay the price twice when everything fails. If laminate flooring caught your attention as the S tier option for your family, you're going to want to watch this next video where I show you how to choose a laminate that actually lives up to that promise. Click here to watch before you buy laminate floors. Watch this, so you don't accidentally end up with that cheap stuff that belongs in the F tier.